In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how one of my clients, a business owner and airline pilot, went from 23 to 12% body fat in just 4 months. No nonsense, no extreme diets, just the right focus and the right mindset through our metabolic reset system. If you want to achieve a lean, athletic, muscular body that you can actually maintain for the rest of your life, then pay close attention because that's exactly what we're breaking down today. Let's dive in. What do you feel most specifically changed? Or what was it you noticed the quickest? What was it you may be most proud of?
Yeah, I guess I did it to really like feel good and everything, but what came along with that was like, wow, I look really different, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, you can just tell, and like I show people the transformation picture, and they're like, wow, that's insane. I had someone ask me, is that AI? Is that Photoshop? But seriously.
Oh wow,
I was
really?
like, no man, that is real. That's what eating properly and lifting some weights does.
You remember me and Antonio were always like, be careful with cutting too low on the calories because of your metabolism. Like that will just make you lose muscle. But you still kept losing weight and you kept losing weight because we're able to keep that balance. And most people, I think, who might watch now is they think they just need to lose fat, but you need to build muscle at the same time to keep things strong. And that's when you started building muscle and losing fat at the same time, that's when your physique really started taking shift and it really started to pronounce, which I think, what muscle group were you most proud of with maybe? Which one developed the most for you, do you feel?
I think maybe I got a lot of compliments on my back, shoulders. I think probably those two.
Yeah, you had a good V shape.
Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. And down here it was crazy, just like absolutely just. None of my pants fit now.
Yeah, did it start fitting clothes better?
Yes. Actually, that was one of the things that one of my friends noticed pretty quick. Yeah, it was just a nice compliment. He was like, man, that shirt fits on you very well. And I can tell it's because what you're doing in the gym and outside of the gym.
Yeah. And I think like just because there's so many other men who follow us or that are quite busy, right? And they struggle with consistency. And you obviously, what do you do? What's your job? What do you want to tell them? What is your job? And because you strike me as someone who travels all the time.
Well, I'm an airline pilot, right? But I also own a business, and so I live in Texas, based in Texas, in Dallas. For the airline, but my business is in Florida, in Orlando. So when I'm not, on the road for work, I'm on the road for work.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I've been home. I've been in my apartment. Yeah, in the past month, like I've slept here maybe like 6 times or something.
Wow.
5, 6, something like that. But it's fine. The trick for me, no excuses, meal prep. A lot of people will say in the pilot world, they'll say, oh, this job is just so unhealthy, and you'll see, you're gonna start putting on weight. And I'm like, I don't think I will, because I meal prep. It's not that hard. In fact, the meal prep is like, I think it's actually lazier, because while the other guys are going hunting for food and waiting in line and battling the airports and trying to find somewhere to eat, or getting back at midnight and trying to order food and waiting until 1 a.m. for some bad come. I've already ate my good food. I'm going to sleep, took a shower, everything's good. I mean, how long does meal prep take for a 4-day trip? Like 35, 40 minutes, maybe. And I'll do a couple of batches. Like I'm going on a trip later today. I told you, I'm ready, man. It's all in the freezer. I freeze.
Still going on
the meals. So it's like, the end of the trip has come. It's like I have to thaw out at the beginning of the trip, but as it goes on, it just thaws itself. It's like it's so easy.
But obviously, since you travel a lot, right? And as you said, you're being home 6 days. And then traveling from airport to airport or country to country, then running a business. What was really that shifted then? Because obviously you were stuck before you came to us and you had a body, if I'm correct, that you weren't at your best shape, right? But then something shifted so quickly in you. What was that, mental or physical, or what do you feel, what made that shift happen so quickly for you?
Well, it was you guys, right? It was you and Tony. Because you and Tony were like, okay, so you saw, you guys are the pros, and you're like, okay, I see what Kevin's doing wrong. You need to be doing this. And then I just said, okay, and I did it. That's the shift, really, right? It's like, yeah, and then it's to form a new habit. It's like, no, it's not super easy, right? But it's also not as hard as people think. Just it's like, what do you want more, right? What do you want more? You want to, if you want the results, just that's it. Just go for it. But yeah, it was you guys for sure. That's it. You guys showed me the formula, showed me the ways how to lift, how to eat, and then I just did it, and that's it.
Was it a combination of accountability and then knowing what to do that made it easy, or was it something else?
Yeah, I mean, you have to be accountable, right? I mean, I determined that it was more important for me to feel good and look good, and than it was just to continue, because obviously what I was doing wasn't working, right? That's why I reached out to you guys. It was like I was going to the gym, and it was like, it just not quite. I was like, it was almost working harder in many ways before I met you guys, because it was just like too much, just too much random stuff. But just of course accountability and just sticking to it, just seeing where things go.
That's what I found so enjoyable or like exciting before we started, when you and me had a chat. It's kind of like you strike me immediately as someone who, obviously since you've been successful, you're a hardworking man, and your energy, I just knew like, if this guy can just fix his focus and know what to do, you'll do it. And that's kind of like most men are, who are either successful in their career or they're very busy. It's not that they don't lack discipline, it's just that they don't know what to do, right?
Yes, as soon as I knew what to do, everything changed, right? And then that's easy. And I find it really pretty easy to maintain now, just because it's like, I cannot unlearn how to eat properly. I cannot unlearn how to lift properly, right? It's like, I know that.
That's interesting.
The only reason that I would revert back or something is if I made that conscious choice, like, okay, I'm going to not lift anymore, and I'm not going to eat well anymore, which is breaking a habit. So it's actually
your identity now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I found that so interesting what you said there. It's kind of like when you reach a certain level in your health and fitness, or I think anything in life, when you kind of take things one step further to the next level. So for you, obviously, when you got this body, you got the more toned chest, the shoulders, the arms, and then you have a habit. It's kind of like you use the word conscious. It's almost like you notice that if you fall off now, or you don't do the things you should be doing, it really becomes present and clear that, oh shit, like I need to get back into it. It's almost like harder to fall off once it's become a habit.
Yes, and being in shape and eating proper food, fueling your body correctly. When you experience that, it's like when you eat something bad, don't lift for 4 days, 5 days, you start to feel the edge coming off, and it's not, you're like, no, I don't like that feeling. I want to feel good again. And you go right back to it.
Okay, so how did you feel then before you started with the program? Things like energy, your health, your confidence. How were those things before you started? And what changed?
It wasn't quite dialed, right? It's like I was a bit frustrated, a little bit low energy, and just definitely I felt like I was doing a lot trying to make progress, and just wasn't really working. But just overall, not that low morale, low energy. Just not really sure, right?
What did you try before? Because I remember when we talked, you said didn't working. You tried a good couple of stuff. What was it specifically you tried?
I mean, a lot of different workouts, and would have like these 5 or 6 different routines or something like that. Being very specific, right? With chest, having like 5 or 6 chest exercises. And I'm doing these 5 or 6 chest exercises sometimes twice a week. It's not really working, so it's like, why isn't it working? And then all of a sudden I meet you guys, and now we're not doing 5, we're doing 2. And it's working amazing, right? So it's like
less is more.
Yeah, exactly. But just overdoing it.
I also just wanted to mention that just by talking back now, Kevin, your face is like it was this when you ended the program, but like way leaner, man. Your jawline's popping. You look good.
Thanks, man. Thank you. And I think I told you before, I'm probably like 2 more months. I think I want to cut for about 2 more months, just get a little bit trimmer, and then start the bulking.
Lean bulk. Yeah. All right. We'll talk about it at the end, man. It'll be my pleasure. Well, because obviously, son, I think what's going to be very cool to dive into quickly is you were here, and then you got here in a quite quick period of time just by applying the right stuff, right? A change of what you did before. What was the moment where you finally said, okay, I'm doing this, or I need to change, or I need to do something here?
Yeah, I don't know if it was like a specific moment, but I remember seeing, like, I was following some fitness pages, and yours being one of them, and I just remember just kind of thinking, like, what am I doing differently to, you know, than these guys? Like, what are these guys doing, right? And specifically, of course, you. And I was like, what's Lars doing? And so I just decided to reach out, right? And then, so I guess I was just really curious. I felt like I could do something similar, right, for myself. And I was like, I'm missing something. I'm not an expert, clearly. Yeah, just, you know, so that realization, I guess, and that the moment of just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna reach out, see what happens. And then, of course, we talked, and it was like, all right, yeah, let's go for it. Yeah. So I don't know if it was like a moment or just like a collection.
It was curiosity.
Yes.
And I think that can help a lot of people, because there's a quote I really like: you don't know what you don't know. So what's the harm of kind of like exploring? And I think in fitness, there's always a level deeper you can go. And I think you tapped into that potential really quickly, which is why you are right now where you are.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, night and day, you know.
But like, just like from a lifestyle aspect, because I think this is something that a lot of people are interested in, and you obviously like good food, right? What was your favorite foods or drinks? So are you drinking a little bit of alcohol here and there, or did you have a break? Or
so honestly, yes, not a lot, right? Like maybe
no pressure from my side.
Yeah. Well, yeah, probably like once a week to once every other week, maybe like a few times a month. But and back then, when I was training with you guys, I wasn't at all, just because I wanted to follow the program exactly. But the reality is, I mean, consistency, right? It's like if you're being consistent, then, you know, you go to a nice restaurant and you just have whatever you want to eat. You have some drinks, you relax. It's not going to wreck your progress. It's just not. You know, yeah, as long as most of the time you're doing it properly, right?
How did you manage and master that balance then between, like, you know, eating out, alcohol, traveling? Because obviously you travel so much and you're a busy guy. How did you manage to master that lifestyle?
One thing that Tony told me that's always stuck with me. He told me that eating properly, he likes to look at it like it's like he's doing his homework, right? So like getting the protein targets, right? Getting everything that I need for my body taken care of, doing my homework, right? So that when it's time to go out and have fun, it's like I've done my homework, I'm set, I've reached my goals, I can let loose a bit. So that idea of you want to slip or have some fun a few days in a row or something like that. But I always try to do my homework to make sure I'm hitting the numbers, so that overall everything's good.
Yeah, I get you. Like, being able to get the job done before it becomes fun, but that's hard to do when you don't know how much calories or protein or like where your body is at.
It's impossible if you don't know, because you're shooting in the dark. How can you stay consistent on something that you don't know what you're doing, right? But if you have numbers, you know for a fact that this is what I need to do because of this. These are the numbers. And if you and then you have something to follow. Then it's not. Then you know for sure what you're doing is correct. Instead of just guessing. Instead of just like, well, I'll just eat a salad because salads are good for you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
there's a why behind you do something, right? And that's the part you need to understand.
Yeah, exactly. The why. Because if you understand why, then it's like, it just becomes easier because you know you're doing something correct, right? So then it's just so much easier to follow, stay consistent, and then you see the results, and it's not just like where are these results coming from? No, the results coming from eating properly. I know for a fact I'm eating properly because I know how, because I'm hitting these numbers and I'm eating this type of food, and it's purposeful.
Yeah, exactly. And well, I think that's so cool because you've clearly learned the balance between bulking and cutting, but you've also learned the body recomposition part, which I think most men forget, which is losing fat and building muscle at the same time. Because if you just try losing fat, you're going to end up skinny fat. And that's where people's metabolism crash and then just like they end up still with those love handles and they get frustrated and then we're just going to bulk again.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. And the cut guys, it doesn't last 2 or 3 months. It's like you got to stick to it. You got to stick to it. But the results will come.
But did you ever feel then? Did you feel ever that you needed to sacrifice the lifestyle or the fun things in your life whilst you were on the program?
Not really. Not really. I mean, I still. So full disclosure. I fell off or I cheated probably a couple of times a month, and I was still able to obtain those results. So I didn't 100%, hit the exact numbers and exactly, but I mean I came close for sure. But yeah, I still have fun. I still went out and did my thing, And there's room, of course, in the program, for when everyone signs up, you'll see there's room, and it's it's important to have that refeed day. So it's not just it's not eat a salad and be miserable. It's not what it's about.
No. I also remember when we had our group chat, which we still have with me and Antonio, we get to. I remember so many fun stuff we get to see from your lifestyle, like the ladies with a hanger and the parties and the socials. That's I knew we were having fun, and I just thought that was awesome because it's a part of life, right? Like, what is fitness if you can't enjoy what you're building as well, right? We only live once. Like, come on, exactly. We only have one body as well. So
yes, super important to enjoy it, not just to be too strict. But also discipline is important. It is important because when you're disciplined, then you can choose the moments to enjoy it, and then there's really limited penalty.
And okay, and just one deep question then, because here we're talking about discipline. What was your, I know you weren't super overweight, but you were someone who wanted to tap into some potential that you knew you had, which you clearly had, and I still think there's even more there. Is like, what was the biggest fear for you if nothing changed over the next 5 to 10 years? If you just had the same body for the rest of your life, would that be bad?
Yeah, I think so. I just refused to believe that was going to be the case, right? I knew that it was out there for me. I just had to take the step. Does that make sense? It's like
it does.
I never really believed that was going to be the case. I knew I could find the formula. I could find the tricks or whatever it is, and yeah, that obviously reaching out to you was the catalyst to change that. So yeah, man, no way. I just refuse. I'm not going to be fat anymore.
Oh, Antonio's going to enjoy this one when he's going to look here. A lot of people are very curious on their body type. Like there's like endomorph, mesomorph, ectomorph. Did you ever feel that your body wasn't responding like it did in the program? So obviously when you came into the program, your body started responding quickly. When you were trying these other things, did you feel like you had reached a plateau, your body wasn't responding?
Definitely. The amount of effort I was putting in, the amount of wasted effort was just nothing was really happening, and yeah, hindsight, a lot of it has to do with the diet, right? How you lift, of course, how you lift too. It really, I guess it's both. You can't have one and the other, but in hindsight, I was not lifting correctly, I was not eating correctly. And with those two, it doesn't matter how much effort you're putting into it. If you're putting effort into the wrong thing, it's like, well, no wonder you're not getting results, right? But like you said, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah. And like, in terms of when you started, losing fat and building muscle, I remember it was quite quick where we started to see a body recomposition happen when you, or based on your pictures. What did you find most helpful, I guess, in the program? Maybe you're going to say accountability, but what did you like most about the program that you felt really made this work for you and your lifestyle, what you needed to get to where you wanted to be?
Well, accountability, but also having a very clear roadmap of what I need to do, for the next couple of weeks. I can't remember. We met. It was once a week. Once a week. Twice.
Yeah, we were started at least once a week. Quite on you.
Yeah, it was once a week. Yeah, exactly. Once a week. So having the roadmap of, okay, you need to be doing this, this, and this, but then it's like, okay, so I've got all these lists of exercises. I don't know half of what this is. But Tony explained it to me. And then I watched your videos, which was very easy to access right in there. So when I'm in the gym, okay, so I need to be doing this exercise. So I'm watching this video and I see that, I was trying to do it a little different, and I'm watching, and okay, so Lars is his form is more like this, like, okay, and then I try it more like that. I'm like, that's how to do this exercise. And then okay, my eating targets and everything, just having everything laid out, and then once a week meeting to check in, to see where we're at, to see what we need to change. Really having the program mapped out, knowing that if I do this, and if I do this, and I do this, these are the results. And that's just that's just what happened. What really having those videos to, and I think I made some videos too for you guys and sent it in, and you were able to correct it, correct my form on certain things. Having yours and Tony's guidance was like, it was the difference. It was the difference.
Yeah, it was kind of like making it as easy for you as possible to just do the things you needed to do to get to where you want to be. As simple as that sounds, just applying the things in the gym and applying the things in your nutrition and lifestyle, I think really created like that system for you. And I think that was like, it had to be different, right? It was quite different from other people we've done it with, because everyone's like different body types, lifestyles, and goals. So it fits you quite well.
Yes. So obviously at the start, right? At the start, it did take effort to change my shopping list, and it did take longer in the gym at first. But then once these exercises start reoccurring, right? Once you make a meal so many times, you start to get fast. And I think you even said this. You're like, you're gonna get used to it, and it's fast. I can make a meal so fast now. And going to the gym, it's like a lot of this stuff it's not new anymore. So it's like, you know what to do. You go in there and you do it. So at first it's a little bit clunky to get into it, and you're watching videos in the gym like that. But then it very quickly changes, right? And then it's just the time goes down, the results go up.
I think whatever you want to say is like riding a bike. I think any shift requires an adjustment.
Well,
and you were even starting, did you even start exploring a little bit different stuff as well, weren't you? Like recipes that you kind of followed the same recipes for 6 months, or were different recipes you got inspired by? Or...
Yes, actually, that's a really good point. So what I make, it is, and I'm sure it's the same with you. It's like you eat the same thing over and over again, and you want to change things up, but the framework of the meal remains the same, right? The framework, the protein, content, the total calories. As long as you stick to the framework, you can make whatever. I have all these different meals that have like just developed through just doing it over and over again, right? And sometimes it's like chicken or lean ground beef or lean ground turkey, whatever it is, like, pasta or potatoes or whatever. It doesn't matter, just changing things up. As long as you stick to the formula, you're good. Yeah, one of the really biggest things about this, the recipes you guys gave me, that it's like boom, 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 boom. this has this much protein, these many calories, and then yeah, you start to see like, well, I can just swap this for this. I can swap this for this. Have a little fun with it. You know, as long as the numbers, you know, are hitting, you good.
Yeah. That is the cool part, is when you get over that hump in the beginning, as you mentioned, and then when you have the food awareness, when you can make better food choices, and then the same in the gym, you have a confidence. And when you have confidence in fitness, you can start moving things around. But when you don't have that confidence and life hits you and gets crazy, or traveling at the airport, like you said, with your airport comrades, you just end up eating whatever in the evening, that's kind of where it falls apart.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's what do you want more? You know, you want to be in shape. I mean, the cool thing about being in shape is you cannot buy it, right? You have to make the steps, put the effort into it. But the reality of it is it's attainable. It's not out of reach. You know, you choose not to do it. And, you know, having the understanding, the guidance, there's no excuse after that, right? It's like, here it is. If you do this, you will see results. That's it. It's not like some made up, like, magical thing. You just got to lift properly and eat properly. But how do you do that? Well, that's where you and Tony come in.
Yeah. Like, what do you have? If you're at 250 pounds, or like close to 300 pounds, and you had a Ferrari, would you rather have that, or would you rather have the body?
Fitness, of course. Yeah, because being out of shape, even I wasn't extremely out of shape, but the difference in the feeling from then to now is like, you know, I know what it is to lift and eat well. I know what it feels like. It feels really good. It's how life should be lived, right? It's like, if you want to go for a walk around the city, you just go for a walk around the city. There's no like, oh, it's too far, I'm gonna be out of breath, this and that. Or, you know, someone invites you on a hike or something, go on a hike. Go and enjoy it. It's like this stuff, yeah, that type of thing sounds like, boring. It used to sound boring to me, but getting my fitness back, it's like, it's so much more enjoyable than so many things. That makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. Did you feel like it opened up more doors, or like you just got more excited about life somehow? Or like,
of course,
confident to do?
And people attracted to that too, right? Like new friends and people attracted to the positive energy, you know, and the drive and the discipline and everything. People can see that and they respect that, you know. Because it does take discipline to remain in shape, you know, especially as you start getting older. But it's just not impossible.
I think what resonates here is you said it does take discipline to get in shape. So it's also not just getting the body, but to know that you've been capable to do it and achieve it. And it's like, as you said, you can't buy the physique. It's yours. No one can take it away from you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, put the work in, that's it. Yeah. And then, maintaining it's like, it's not that hard, guys, right? It's not that hard, you know? It's not that hard, you know? It's fun, actually. I have fun with this, right? It's like it's like, so it's just it's cool. It's like it's a thing, right? It's a thing. Sometimes when you know the formula, it's frustrating, right? It's like sometimes like people are giving all these excuses like, oh, I can't do it because of this and that. It's just like, no, this nonsense. You just lazy, dude. Just lazy.
But it's like, I think it's as we talked about earlier, it's a combination of you don't know, and then when you don't know, it just becomes this whole commitment for them to do the things that we should be doing, and it's just way easier to not do it, right?
Yes.
Which is maybe a reason to why you should kind of be curious to see what's out there, to kind of like, because what you only needed to crack this once, Kevin, and here you are, like you're smashing it.
Yeah, man. What I was really looking for wasn't just like a quick fix, like a pill, right? Like so many people just wanted just to take the easy way out. But like, I wanted to be, I see myself at 60 not really being like that much different. I mean, you know, we all met guys like in their 60s and they look great, right? It's like they're in shape, they're riding bikes, they're playing soccer, and it's like, so like, why can't that be me?
But going back to like what you said there, I think the men who are 50, 60, 70, who are in great shape, is not necessarily something they're just done in 3 months. It's a foundation and a lifestyle that they built a long time ago. Even though there are a lot of men who are 50 who might want a change, but set the foundation then, right? Because if you don't set the foundation now, you're going to be looking at yourself 50, 60, and it's only going to be a lot harder, and you're going to have a lot more inflammation and health problems. And
Yes.
that's kind of maybe what you were going at.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, exactly. They set the foundation. Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier in the course, like, you cannot unlearn the good
No.
habits and the formula. It's like that's a choice. Like, you know, it's a conscious choice. Like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna be fat now. Just tell them what's up, you know. And yeah, I mean, you know, my time with Tony was like, it was the best. You know, he's such a nice guy and held me accountable, but like in such a professional way. Like his way was like of keeping me on track. Yeah, very cool.
Well, what would you say then to if there's another business owner or busy professional who is over 35 like yourself, and he isn't happy with his body right now, he feels stuck, he's tried a lot of things, what would you tell him?
I mean, the only thing that's standing between you and the physique that you want is, you know, that you guys know how to do it, right? Lars knows how to do it. You know, it's going to take a little bit of effort. Let's change a few things. It's not that hard. It's so much easier, really, than you think. It's not like this whole, it doesn't have to be this whole crazy thing. You want the body? Yeah, you're going to have to put a little effort in, but it's not that hard. Just do it.
No, if you can do this in 4 months, then other guys can at least get very close to that.
Yes, yeah, for sure, exactly. And I that wasn't even 100% following the program. That was like, I mean, I was close. I was disciplined, obviously. 90, probably 96%. You know, I fell off here and there, just right. But yeah, that's.
Okay, well, final question. If someone wants what you have, Kevin, what should they do next?
I think they should sign up for your program and just start hitting the weights properly and start eating properly and enjoy the results.
Beautiful. Well, just to end this here on a good note, I appreciate you hopping on today, Kevin. We'll talk a little bit after this anyways. But for those of you who are watching, if you are curious about what a metabolic reset would look like for you, you can book a free call with me or one of my head coaches, and we'll hop on and see how we can help you. All right, gentlemen, that's a wrap for today's video. I do hope it gave you some nice clarity on what it actually takes to get into the best shape of your life, both physically and mentally. And if you are someone who's been stuck for a while, bouncing between diets and workouts, and simply aren't getting the results you want, and you thought about what it would look like to have a coach in your corner, and you don't just want a lean, athletic body, but the system to maintain that for the rest of your life, then the right clarity, accountability, and personalized structure might just be your missing piece. Me and my team work with a small number of serious career-driven men every month. If that is you, you can click the link below in the description to apply, and I'll see you in the next one.